What you are about to see is based on a real case. The names and faces have been changed to protect the innocent.
Even though I was good in my school play, Henry gave me a bad review. I know why, and so does he. So I'm taking him to kids' court.
I don't know why she said that. I called it just like I saw it, and she stunk.
Got a beef? Need to sound off? Want a fair shake? Bring your case to Nickelodeon's Kids Court. Kids are judge and jury, and kids give the verdicts. It's the first court where kids rule. Now, here's your host, Paul Provenza.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Nickelodeon's Kids Court, where you send us the cases, we act them out, look at both sides, and then we vote on who's guilty and what their sentence should be. This is our Kids Court jury. They're going to speak out whenever they have something to say. And let's say hi to our courtroom sketch artist, Asha. How you doing, Asha? Hi! I'm going to remind our jury here and at home to listen carefully to all the facts and think about both sides of the issue. Kids Court is now in session. Watch your hand. Today's case, like most cases on Kids Court, is based on a letter, and we call it the case of the nasty critic. Let's meet the kids who are playing our plaintiff and our defendant today. Your name is?
Carrie.
Carrie, welcome to Kids Court. Who are you playing for us?
Sarah the Star.
Sarah the Star. And your name is?
Matthew.
Matthew, who are you playing?
Henry the critic.
Henry the critic, the nasty critic, according to Sarah the Star. Let's find out what happened. Sarah, you were in a play at school, is that right?
Yes.
What play was it?
Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, and you played Romeo. No,
Juliet.
Of course not. Juliet, of course, right. Well, what did you think of your performance?
Well, I think it was my best one so far.
Best performance yet? Huh. Well, let's see what the newspaper says. We get the Kids Court Reporter. It's a fabulous paper. You might want to subscribe. Uh-oh. Doesn't look good. Sarah stinks in school play. Why don't you read this to us, Sarah?
Sarah's performance as Juliet would have made Shakespeare turn in his grave. For the first time ever, an actress playing Juliet managed to walk like a moose and sound like a vacuum cleaner.
Not exactly favorable. Well, how does Henry's review make you feel, Sarah?
Embarrassed and upset and angry for writing such a bad review.
Henry, don't you think this was a little too personal? What bothered you so much about this review?
Nothing. She stunk. She was awful.
That's it? That's all you have to say about it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, do you think it's important for your readers to know what you think, no matter how nasty it is?
Of course, it's my job. I have to tell the truth, and I told what I felt. She stunk.
You sure about that?
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's ask our jury. Does Henry have the right to say nasty things about people in his reviews? Let's get some opinions. What do you say? Anybody have a thought on this?
Yes.
Stand up. You think Henry has that right?
Yes.
No matter what?
Mm-hmm.
How would you feel if you were the one being reviewed?
I wouldn't care.
You wouldn't care?
No.
Not even a little bit?
No.
He said that you walked like a moose and talked like a vacuum cleaner?
I wouldn't care.
You think that no matter what he has to say is right?
Mm-hmm.
You think it's possible for him to go too far? What do you say?
I think that he had the right to say things about that, but it shouldn't have been so many nasty things.
Mm-hmm. What do you think?
I think that Henry had his right to say whatever he wanted, and but you should feel bad about what Henry said.
Okay. Don't you think it's possible for Henry to give his opinion a little less hurtfully? Couldn't he have said the same thing? Couldn't he have said that she was bad in the play without being cruel?
That's what sells papers. If you're going to write a review, got to do what's going to be best for your job.
So you think he had a responsibility to his readers?
Yeah, and besides, it's what he says he felt, and if he felt that, also, you know, that's what should go.
Okay. Someone over here?
I think he had the right, but he shouldn't have said such things like that.
Should have thought about her a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah? Anybody agree with that?
Well, see, if I was in a play and I got that same review, well, it's Henry's decision. He can write what he wants. Maybe I was bad. Maybe I wasn't. It's up to him.
So you think that Sarah should be used to taking criticism?
Yeah,
She's going to be an actress? That's her tough luck if somebody doesn't like what she does?
of course.
Sarah, what do you say?
Well, there's a difference between saying someone's bad and saying they walk like a vacuum cleaner.
Okay, good question. Is there a difference here between criticism and slander? You know what that means?
What, slander?
Yeah.
No, not really.
When somebody lies about you in the paper, or somebody says something that's untrue.
I think she tried her best, and I think he should give her a little more credit for what she did.
Mm-hmm. One more here.
He should just say the truth and not lie about the people who's acting.
You think you were lying, Henry?
No, I wasn't.
That was the truth as far as you're concerned, huh? Well, we'll be back with Act 2, where the plot thickens right after this.
Kids Court presents Gavel Busters. What sentence was given to Alice by the Queen of Hearts? Was it A, get out of Wonderland, B, go to the opera, C, off with her head, or D, jail for 30 years? Think it over. Watch out for that axe, Alice. It's C, off with her head. And that's a gavel buster.
We are back with the case of the nasty critic. Henry here wrote nasty things about Sarah's performance in the school play. Sarah says she knows why. Sarah, where's your evidence? We have a photo. Whoa. Photo of you and Henry. You look pretty chummy here. What does this have to do with the case?
Well, we used to go out until I dumped him, and that's why I wrote such a bad review.
So you were boyfriend and girlfriend for a while, and what's happening between you now?
Well, I dumped him.
Henry?
Yes, it's true.
It's true. Is this possible that this affected the review that you wrote about her?
Not at all.
And what do you think, Sarah?
Of course it did. Why else would he say that?
Well, let's ask our jury. Sarah thinks Henry wrote the bad review just because she wouldn't go out with him anymore. Do you think the fact that Sarah dumped Henry might have affected the way he wrote his review? What do you think?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
You think it's possible that Henry could put his feelings aside to write a fair review?
Yeah, because I think that's his job, and he should be committed to it.
Okay, what about a friend here?
Yeah, I think that he did do it based on their thing, but he shouldn't let his personal life interfere with what he writes.
All right, let's get some ideas over here. Do you think it's possible that this could have affected his review?
Yes, I do. Because it's happened before in a lot of things. It's happened to me.
It's happened to you?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Well, I was doing a little thing for the end of school, and right before the end of school, there was a reviewer, and she was asked to do a review, and we used to like each other, and then we got in a fight. I don't remember why, and we broke up, and she wrote a bad report about me.
It's almost the exact same thing as this case, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And you're convinced that it was because she was trying to get back at you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What do you think over here?
I think that if they were still boyfriend and girlfriend, he would have written a good review on her.
That's a good idea, good question. Henry, if she was still going out with you, you've said these kinds of things about her?
No.
You wouldn't have? Interesting. What do you say about that?
I think that she did a crummy job, and she's just using it as an excuse.
She's using that as an excuse. So you think she's letting her personal feelings get involved here? That's a good question there, too. If somebody else wrote this same review, would she be so upset about it? Would it hurt her so much? What do you say, Sarah?
Well, everybody else seemed to enjoy the play except for Henry.
Okay, Henry, is that true? Did the audience enjoy the production?
Some, not all.
Okay.
Well, when Henry wrote the report, it had to go through an editor. If the editor didn't think that's what it was, I don't think he would have let it through.
Okay, what do you say?
I don't think it.
Oh, I'm
sorry.
Get a shot of you there.
I don't think it affected his judgment. He seems like a professional to me.
Seems like a professional.
Yeah.
Do you think it's possible? Could you be fair in a situation like this?
Well, I think.
Stand up so we can see you.
Okay. Well, I think if everybody liked it, it could have been that it was another actress or actor that was really doing the most. So it doesn't have to be her that was doing really the good part.
Mm-hmm.
Even though she was a star.
Mm-hmm. What do you think?
Well, I think that she dumped him, and that's why he wrote that. And even if it is true, he could have not said that she walked like a moose and she talked like a vacuum cleaner.
Could have put it in a different way.
Yeah.
But don't you think it's part of Sarah's job to get used to criticism? If she's going to be an actress, she's going to be on the stage doing performances not everybody thinks is good, some people think are bad. Isn't it part of her job to get used to that?
I think if I was in Henry's situation, I think that it could interfere with me, but I try to keep it out of what I wrote.
You think maybe
I think he's innocent.
You think he's innocent?
Yes.
Who thinks maybe he should have disqualified himself to avoid this whole question? What do you say?
I think that, I mean, if he's a really good reviewer, then he should know that he can't really judge it fairly because of what happened between the two of them.
So he should have said, I don't want to take the chance of getting involved in a problem here?
Right, if he's a good reviewer.
Okay. Someone here? Sorry.
Of course she's going to get some letdowns if she does become a star, but I don't think he could have put it in a different way or something like that. He didn't have to say a moose and a vacuum cleaner.
So he could have been kinder.
Yeah.
He could have said her performance was bad, but not be personally cruel.
I think she could have taken that, but not what he said.
Okay, well, I think we all agree that a critic's job can be tough in situations especially like this. We've got an expert witness who's going to tell us how tough. Right after this, you be the judge.
And now, you be the judge. A person robs a bank and hides the money. After 30 years, his guilt is discovered. Can a bank robber be prosecuted if his guilt is discovered after 30 years? You be the judge.
Kids Court will be right back after these messages.